Dude, no Thon's head empty except for Tetris effect and
Jeez, imagine your head being full of Tetris effect. Mine is like, we've got our lose a match coming up.
Alright, and it looks like a Tetris versus Tetris. We have Arisa and we have Q. I believe both players actually won the last time we saw them here, but we're going to be getting that losers 8th match underway. And because of the losers 8th, we are on first to
9.
Alright, I didn't realize that change in the overlay, but it showed up. But awesome, let's go Edge.
Oh man, this is going to be fun. Seems that solidqueue heard that lions like their steak. I am not. Don't say it. Don't say it. We're just going to say lions like their steak.
I can say the RAR for you. It's not RAR XD.
Raw!
Alrighty. Yep, Edge tell him to go get him. Alright, and so unfortunately, losers out of this will be out at 7th. Winner will advance to top 6, I believe.
So, we're going to have both players fighting for their lives in this tournament. Because we are now in... Wait, is this top 8?
Okay. Yeah, this is top 8.
Okay,
and,
thank you very much, Mr. Davotigger. No, thank you, Edge.
Yeah, no, thanks, Edge. Always thank Edge first.
No.
Let's get off. No. What do you mean, no?
Because I love Edge. He's the homie.
I love the different dynamics the players interacting with me. However, I do love this difference in interaction between solidqueue and Arisa on screen right now. That is a very greedy setup, and unfortunately, since it's not a T-spin double, that is going to be death there, as solidqueue taking their first win of the set. Chat telling I could just say Gao instead.
Gao! Please kill me.
No. You're my co-commentator. I need you here for that.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That is completely fair. I will live a lie.
That's true. That is how living works. It's a wonderful thing.
I can't argue with that one. Oh wow. Interesting decisions here from Mr. solidqueue. This doesn't look so good right now.
And yeah, that T-spin going to push solidqueue up really high, and that next T-spin going to finish the job there. As Arisa getting themselves on the board for a 1-1 here. And again, this is first to 9, so set going to be a little bit longer here. But for some of these closer matches, it is going to be worth it, unless you are sleep deprived. Which may be many of us, but it's okay.
I don't know, if you're sleep deprived, chances are the matches may be even more worthwhile because they give you a reason to stay awake.
Wait, that's got an earful of Edge just going, yo.
Edge, you have no say in this. You have no say in this. You are Mr. Production. We are Senior Commentator. Okay, enjoy yourself.
I don't think chat can hear Edge, but I really wish you could. Oh my goodness. Alright, and a very nice two-spin there from Arisa. I apologize, my commentary's been lacking a little bit while interacting with the Tansei and Edge here. But Arisa going to be getting their second one of the set, showing that they have what it takes to come out victorious here.
Pretty unfortunate from solidqueue. I've noticed a good number of misdrops on their board. Oh, are they gonna find a PC? Oh, no, never mind. There is none.
And unfortunately, the PC has evaded solidqueue. I'm not saying that there was a PC find, but you know, I wouldn't have found it if it was there anyways.
I don't know. I mean, just turn off Zetris and boom, easy PC.
Both of you to assume I can turn on Zetris.
You never know until you try.
Fair enough. And Arisa with a very good spike there. solidqueue is pushed really high up on the board. Able to get a little bit of down stacking there, but Arisa has some very incredible constant pressure there, and is just forcing solidqueue up little by little, and the TP smish drop going to make this down stack basically impossible. I don't want to say it because every time I say impossible, it's like something happens, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I stand corrected.
I don't know. You should still say it possible anyway because this is solid Q we're talking about. The same guy who did 4 wide against his opponent in the last round. Smile.
Of course, I do remember that match.
Such a sculling moment though. Whatever
Alright,
that.
and solid Q having a very greedy T-spin and Tetris, having to not quite block off the right side of their stack, but getting a little bit close to doing so. And Arisa trying to top them out here with a combo, but solid Q going to be able to get a Tetris on down stack, going to be able to live through. And continuing to keep this T-spin into open well true combo is doing wonders for their damage efficiency here.
Yep, and they're pretty much out. Once they get to their well, they should definitely be fine, and they're there. All they need is the eyepiece, and
there go. Yep, and Arisa's now also opened their own well, respectively. So solid Q got a little bit of extra down stacking to do. Has some good potential for T-spin setting up here. And very greedy putting some pieces up onto columns 8, 9, and 10. Very close to topping out with that eyepiece, but again, making sure that that's not going to happen here for this set.
wow, solid Q is just like living right now, man, and he's down to his well. I think this next T-spin should be it.
T-spin double into Tetris there, and Arisa's running out of skim options as solid Q bringing it to 2 and 3.
That score difference.
A little bit of a longer set too as well. Another player is wanting to give up any sort of advantage.
What I liked about that round was oh my gosh, that Tetris PC. The true mark of a sprinter.
Fastest PC in the West. Not quite the fastest sprint in the West.
But the fastest PC we've seen tonight.
I think so. For a second, I was going to be like, oh no, there's definitely someone that's PC'd faster, but I think that's the first Tetris PC, so that should be the fastest.
True. Can't have any competition.
Oh, Arisa with a couple of misdrops, unfortunately, in the center. Gonna open the well back up, but that's gonna cause a little bit of havoc in their damage efficiency. As 2 Tetrises back to back from solid Q, gonna make this down stacking pretty difficult here.
Oh, but oh no. I think he was trying to go for like a T-spin. Oh, never mind. He seems to be fine now.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these top 8 and higher matches, is a lot of times you're just like, oh no, this is bad, and then just an instant fix somehow. Unfortunately, Arisa's getting spiked a little too much that I don't think there's going to be an instant fix for that one.
Yeah, that's just curtains for Arisa. Honestly, though, I like that live he did, though. That was pretty dope.
Alright, and so 3 and 3 here as we get on to Game 7. Solid Q finding the PC, but not before receiving about 5 or so lines of garbage there from Arisa. Going to put an end to that perfect clear hope.
I wonder what he would have continued with afterwards. Would it have been PCO, or would he have just rest in peace?
The visible and audible pain when those T-spin misdrops. And no, I just didn't.
Why?
I spoke it into existence again.
Remember, you're a commentator. You hold the key to the future.
That's so much pressure.
Come on, it's not so much pressure. It's fun.
I feel like Felly. I hold the fate of the world in my hands, and I just have to tell people what it is.
Nah, you don't have to tell them.
True. But also, I'm commentating. Alright, DT versus MS2. I think it was MS2. If I'm wrong, you can say miss insert opener here, SMH.
I don't even know myself. I have a very hard time memorizing these TD openers.
Oh, and an unfortunate misdrop there on Arisa's board. Solid Q's got a Tetris and a T-spin ready. And that's unfortunately going to be way too much to burn through.
Now he's managed to tie back up the score. Seems that solidqueue's not out of this one just yet. He's fighting.
Neither player is really able to then get any kind of solid lead against the other. And so it's just been very, very close back and forth.
If you got that L like before that second J, that PC would have been there.
Looks like a T-spin triple setup there for solidqueue. Gonna have to be careful of how they clean this up. And unfortunately, a little bit too much T-spin greed and not enough T pieces to match. As Arisa going to continue with that incredible efficiency.
Seems to not be really worth it though, considering the state of his like the area of the board after he set off that T-spin triple. It's like he needed an eyepiece to like possibly save himself from his impeding fate or impeding doom.
A little bit of a hole in Arisa's stack there, but nothing too dangerous to worry about this early on. So able to get a couple of T-spins and such in the middle of that down stacking to ensure a safe recovery. And almost a color clear there.
Pushing solidqueue up pretty high, but I think solidqueue should be able to get to us well. Oh, this looks pretty dicey.
Gonna have to be careful. Taking a little bit long to get to the well. Manages to survive with that eyepiece.
But that T-spin triple.
On back-to-back. Going to be just enough lines to push Arisa over that. And taking the first 2-game lead of the set. 6-4. And looks like that might have potentially been a misdrop there on Arisa's board, unless I'm misreading openers.
And looked to be a misdrop.
So Arisa with a bit of garbage on that stack, but a very clean garbage well to deal with, as that's going to be a very nice spike. solidqueue setting up that Imperial Cross there. Again,
wow.
I believe it's Imperial Cross. Someone in chat correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's Imperial Cross.
Alright, sick.
Wow,
Oh, and unfortunately a missed S-kick there from solidqueue. But Arisa's also really high up on the board and not too many options to get through here.
Oh,
Has a
man.
potential combo setup. Looks like they're going to opt out of it to get some T-spins and Tetrises in the meantime.
An O placement for solidqueue is a bit of an unfortunate with a hole in as well.
Two eyes on the right side, basically covering up that well, forcing them to stack really high to get out of this, and unfortunately can't get back from that skyscraper.
Man.
Arisa has, I believe, now won 3 or 4 in a row, which is pretty substantial considering this was a neck-and-neck set just a couple of minutes ago.
Now we're managing to see the difference between the two players and why one is seated higher than the other. Oh my gosh, that is putting it so lightly.
And Arisa having some, potentially building some T-spin triples, maybe?
Oh,
Not quite gonna be in the best scenario to do it though. I think just going to down stack, but another misdrop there going to make things more difficult than they need to be. And another misdrop there, gonna have to sacrifice an eyepiece being that high up on the board. But solidqueue also getting really dangerous there. Gives Arisa a chance to down stack there, and now Arisa's got a lot more momentum here.
And he just takes advantage of the opportunity. solidqueue has nothing on his board to defend or attack with, and Arisa is just locked and loaded and ready to explore.
Arisa has turned on the gas here and not let their foot off the pedal. And solidqueue is struggling to find a counter to this newfound strength in Arisa's stack. Unfortunately, a misdrop is not going to be the answer. Arisa setting up T-spin double into T-spin double. solidqueue saving one for defense to stay alive here in the set. But more
might be it,
there.
though.
There you go. solidqueue managing to get down to that Tetris there in their stack, as well as a nice T-spin single to keep up damage. But a mid-game DT cannon into C-spin from Arisa.
What?
Solid Q is still up and kicking, but unfortunately that O
It's
piece is
over.
not going to have anywhere to go. Arisa taking it 4-9 with a commanding second half of the set. A momentum boost there. And again, not much else to say there. Arisa just kind of found that little thing that clicked, and Solid Q just was not able to keep up with that. So very good stuff from Arisa, able to move on to top 6 there. Again, phenomenal stuff from Solid Q as well. I believe they were seeded 10th and are out at 7th, so
They
a bit
outplaced
higher
their
than that
speed.
seed as well. So very cool to see.